Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome to Chopper History, brought to you by Indian Motorcycles and Law Tigers. Those of you in local, our next bike night is this coming Wednesday, July 20th, here at our shop in Halifax. So I hope to see all you local guys here. If you came to our bike night in June, you know you're not going to want to miss it. We have multiple food trucks. We have some new food truck for July.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. So I got
okay.
We have the cheesy chicks. So they do like mac and cheese and grilled cheese, all cheese,
Oh,
as
cool.
well as the barbecue guy. And we have an ice cream truck, a different one.
Different one, I hope.
Yeah, they're not the guy. If you were in the June one,
yeah,
the ice cream truck guy was not.
He wasn't ready for us. Let's put it that way.
He was.
He definitely wasn't ready for us.
I mean, I don't know whether he thought like bikers don't eat ice cream, but he was odd. But anyway.
And also we want to give a shout out to Vintage Pros. It's a paint company that we've been using for a while, and we're promoting them. They make great products, and we'll keep telling you more about them. But we're using all of their clears. They're black, they're primer. The primer doesn't shrink. A real good company, great product, and you'll be seeing a lot more of it from us.
Yeah, and also I was kind of getting at Bike Night is brought to you by Law Tigers. So huge shout out to Law Tigers for helping us out with Bike Night. We keep doing these bike nights every year for you guys. Yeah, we get a huge crowd, but no offense, but you guys all aren't our customers, but you come out here to our bike night. So big shout out to Law Tigers for sponsoring bike nights, because they aren't cheap to run, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it cost us
a good amount.
Yeah, it cost us a good amount to put them on. But you know what? It's for the biker community. It's a place that everybody can come on a Wednesday night when there's not much going on, have a good time, see old friends, and be home by dark. So yeah, it's a cool deal. Next Wednesday is our next bike night.
All right, so all you local guys, Doug Francie, we hope to see you guys here at Bike Night this coming Wednesday. So mark your calendars, tell your friends, get all your group together, and come on down Wednesday from 5 to 8 at Perowitz in Halifax.
Yep, Craig's on.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Craig from Vintage Pros.
Yeah.
Which, like I say, Vintage Pros is a paint company that we've been using for a while, and we've had great results. So you'll have to try their products.
Yeah, we'll give a shout out to Dennis from Long Island, Jeremy. The dude, Milt, Facebook user, New Jersey biker. It doesn't say what your name is. Sorry. Jeff Zella. Good morning from sunny Wisconsin. Mike Draco, Doug Francie. All right, guys. So today's guest is Darren. Let's just bring Darren on. Let's see. Hi, Darren.
Good morning.
Darren.
Good morning.
How's it going?
I'm doing good. I have my coffee. I'm doing good.
Yep, I have mine too.
Yeah, I got my water.
Yeah.
You don't drink coffee, Jody?
No.
You drink any caffeine?
She doesn't drink anything.
How do you do it?
Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty boring in that aspect.
Wow. I drink caffeine all day long.
So does DP.
Yeah,
he saves his coffees.
Yeah, my coffee can sit on the bench for a day, sometimes 2 days, and I still drink it.
Yep.
Well, hey, Darren, we're really honored to have you on. And we're super excited that you're going to do a trophy for us for our Perowitz Paint Show in Sturgis.
I'm honored to be on the show. I cherish the ground you guys walk on. I look up to your guys' art, and it's an honor for me to be on the show. And it's good cross promotion for both of us as far as the trophy and the bike show in Sturgis and what we're doing today.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to throw something at you.
Yeah.
Now, normally we would probably say, well, let's have Darren do best artwork, right?
Yeah, because your art is so cool. Even just little sketches that you do in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're going to have you do something different. We're going to have you do best use of color.
Right on.
You know,
That's gonna play right into my plan.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
perfect.
Excellent.
You know, I thought it would be kind of ironic, you know, where a lot of your stuff is black and white or one color stuff. So
Right.
like, a black and white, even with a touch of color, just the right color.
Yeah.
That'll be super cool.
Yeah.
But we're leaving it totally up to you.
Thank
Yes.
you. That's when you get the best, you know, with any art, when you
Absolutely.
get the best product. And I was looking around my home studio last night, and I have all these vintage tidbits laying around, and I'm like, I'm gonna hit them up and see if they need a trophy, because I would love to paint one of these things, you know.
Yeah.
Isn't it cool that you find, like we do it too, like at yard sales or random, we find these cool things, and we have so much stuff out there that's just waiting to be painted
Exactly.
for the right moment.
Yeah, you know, I walk by stuff for 3 years wondering what its purpose is and where it will end up.
Yeah.
And then I grab it and be like, oh, it's going to the Parowoods paint show in Sturgis. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. You know, we when we flake stuff, we you know, generally, you know, it makes such a mess that we do a bunch of pots at one time. So we got so much stuff sitting up on our top shelf that is sitting flaked, ready for some award somewhere or a present for somebody, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way it is with working with my enamels. I'll have 5 different projects going at the same time, and by the time I get to the end of the row, the first one's dried enough I can keep going, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Darren, I see, so for Sturgis, you're gonna be tattooing?
No, I'm going to be painting. So Danny Tattoo Flash is a friend of mine from Jersey who has a house at 736 Lozelle Street.
Okay. So
And I'll be there probably just tagging helmets, tagging motorbikes, stuff like that.
so is this past like the Iron Horse? Whereabouts on Lozelle?
It's right past Sly Street to
Oh,
the it's to the east. It's like,
is it on the same side as the Iron Horse or the other side?
the other side. It's on the south side,
Okay.
just past, right on the corner of Lozelle and Sly is a little Mexican restaurant. It's 2 houses over from that to the east.
I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of
it's
where
by
the Mexican
Pegs.
restaurant.
You know what
Oh,
Pegs?
down towards the end of Lozelle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. So people can come and find you at 736 Lozelle in Sturgis.
Yeah, and I'll have banners on the fence. There'll be banners literally right on Lozelle Street saying McKeag Art.
Okay. And will you be tattooing at all?
No, I can't. Like, I won't be tattooing, and the reason I won't be is because a friend of mine, you know, like I've been tattooing for almost 35 years now.
Wow, that's a long time. Good for you.
Yeah.
You sound old.
I hustle and bust ass to prepare to Sturgis to try and relax a little bit and ride. If I come out to Sturgis, I got to bust my ass out there and give somebody 50%. I don't want to do that.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you know, like, you know, I'm gonna be staying with Paul up from Bare Knuckle up in the mountains. So
we were just talking. We were talking about him. He posts some funny stuff.
Yeah, he's my best friend. Like, other than my wife, she's like my best female friend. Paul's my best brother. But like, yeah, he's the best. You know, he's got it going on with his full line of performance parts. You know, I mean, he builds amazing choppers, but he also has a full line of performance parts. But yeah, he's the best.
Nice stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd love to have him on our show sometime.
Yeah, we'll have to.
It'd be amazing. Maybe, absolutely. I'm sure he'd be totally down for it. But he's Missy and I are going to be staying with him up in you know, in Terry Peak. So just kind of in the cool air, out of the hustle and bustle, you know.
Yeah, that's nice to stay up there. That's where it becomes a vacation.
Yeah, exactly. I've got the Flying Piston breakfast Sunday morning the 7th, where I'm going to be signing some prints of my art and handing them out to anybody that wants one.
Okay, so that's Sunday.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sunday morning, the first Sunday of Sturgis at the Buffalo Ship.
That's right. It's at the big engine bar right there, you know.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna. Well, you won't, but
no, I have
don't know
a
if I'm
meeting
gonna
Sunday. I'm tied up most of the day for Hamster
meeting. So
So are those the two things that you got going on for Sturgis? The Flying Pistons breakfast on Sunday, and then you'll have your art.
Monday, I'm a judge at the Full Throttle Chopper Show, which used to be the Horse Chopper Show.
What day is that?
That's Monday the 8th.
Okay.
So is that the Full Throttle? Is that the old Broken Spoke?
That's the Broken
I always get confused, like
Yeah.
of which is which.
It's so weird because I've always known it as the Big Broken Spoke, and it's just
right.
And I still refer to it as that because like I've been going to Sturgis for so long. When people say Full Throttle, I tend to go to the spot. You know?
Right. That's what I automatically think of is the old. From what?
I'll be at the Lizelle location, and then I'll be over at your paint show on Wednesday. And then Missy flies in Wednesday night, and then we'll be buzzing around, riding motorbikes, and hanging out, eating good food, and all that.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you if Missy was coming.
Yeah, she. Our schedules are super busy, and our daughter's 16, so Missy. There's a lot of Missy daughters now, and so our thing right now is wherever I go for business, I get there, spend a week, get situated, and then she flies in.
Yeah. What day are you arriving in Sturgis?
Paul and a good friend of mine, Phil, from Montrose, Colorado, we're riding in from Montrose. We're going to go through the Tetons, through Yellowstone and Beartooth Pass, and come in on the 5th of August into Sturgis.
What day's the 5th? Friday, right?
Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So I'm kind of doing a similar ride, but from Colorado. I'm riding from Dallas to Durango. And
nice.
Yeah, like 550. I want to do 550.
Dude, I'm gonna be in Montrose. That's just over Red Mountain Pass from Durango. If you go the $1 Million Highway north.
Okay.
So it's like an hour.
So that's like, what is it? Ouray?
Ouray.
Is it on? So is it on the Ouray side or the other?
It's on the Ouray side. It's like 20 minutes from Ouray. I'm going to be tattooing there. I leave. It's a crazy schedule, but I'll be in Montrose on the 25th tattooing for a whole week, and then we're riding motorbikes to Sturgis from there.
So you're leaving on Monday, the 1st? Yeah. Okay.
And Paul's coming out, and so my buddy Phil owns Fancy Rooster Tattoo in Montrose, and I'm going to tattoo. I tattoo there a lot because I love it out there, Yeah. And then we're gonna ride to Sturgis from there. So we'll come in on the 5th because Phil tattoos on Main Street at the tattoo cellar that's right downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of tattoos, I see that you got your palm tattooed.
Yeah, that's my Palm Pilot.
So I've been itching to do that, but how old is that?
This one is like 20 years old.
Oh, no way. So I wondered if
I have this one. So this one's not as old, but they tend to, your hands can shed the skin most, your hands and feet. But my left one was done with a rotary machine, and those tend to put the pigment in harder because they don't back out.
Okay.
Where a coil machine can bog down a little bit. So
yeah,
you can do it.
I wondered if I was thinking, I don't want to do it if it's going to wear off.
It will wear a little bit.
Right. That's with anything, like my fingers, I'll go this way, but anyway, it wore off a little bit, because it's so callous.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then once he fixed it, like, it's been fine.
Exactly. Yeah. This is one pass. I can't even get it on the.
Do you do many palm tattoos?
I do some. Yeah, absolutely.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have an artist picked out, let me know, because I travel with all of my gear, and you never know. I might be in the mood to tattoo you.
If you come out here, you got to bring Missy.
We would come out there. So we have a food, art, and travel page on Instagram as well. And I have traded in partying and drinking and all the other stuff that goes with that for food.
Oh,
good for you.
Yeah.
I know.
We have some good food here.
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah, because you're in the Midwest, so you guys don't really have good seafood. Come out here.
No, we don't.
Food.
Darren, we do what's called the fall foliage run here. Jody and I put it on, and we've been doing it since '93. Of course, Jody was just a little kid then.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's you know, an invitation only kind of event. And we have guys from all over the country that fly in, and we do it down on Cape Cod.
Nice.
And it's something that if you and Missy wanted to come in,
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, if you wanted to fly in, we started off on Thursday. We do a big party, a kickoff party Thursday evening at Jody's house, and we have probably 100 people.
Nice.
And Friday we're gonna do a fishing tournament. We
Nice.
these big sport fishing boats, 6 people to a boat. We just go out in Cape Cod Bay and catch stripers and bluefish. Then Friday night we have a banquet. Then Saturday we do a poker run all around the Cape. Then Saturday night we do a charity banquet in an auction. And then Sunday, some people go to Martha's Vineyard for the day, or a lot of people just go home after that.
Sure.
But if you ever wanted to come, bring your wife. You just let me know in advance. I'm sure I can hook you up with a bike.
That would be amazing. We love if it involves food and travel. I'm completely in 1,000%.
Well, this definitely involves food for sure.
Yeah, we're having a big clam bake and lobster.
Yeah,
it'd be so great.
Yeah, one night,
Yeah.
and then we have a huge buffet of just deliciousness. The other night.
Yes.
You will never ever go home from our event hungry. Let me tell you.
That would be wonderful.
Darren, I saw the tank that you did. What was that with lots of color?
So I'm always doing stuff. One of my things right now is buying older Harley tanks and creating art on top of them. I'm at home right now. I'm gonna take you down to my home studio, but real quick, I don't know if you guys knew it or not, but I'm getting into stained glass.
Oh,
no
wow.
kidding. Wow,
That is
nice.
really cool, Darren. Wow.
Very nice.
So that piece, I'm doing stained glass in my art.
Yeah.
That's my 4th piece, and this one sold to a collector in New Jersey.
That's really cool.
That is awesome.
Thank you. So I'm going to take you down to my studio and show you some tanks I'm working on.
So here's the tank that I was talking about.
That one's currently up for raffle right now. I've got like 3 tickets left.
So that so there you go. There's some color.
So I did enamel. That one's it's all alpha enamel. Alpha enamel's made out of Detroit. So this is an old AMF tank, or no, this is an old Super Glide tank.
Right.
That I did art on. And then this is just a half tank.
Wow, Darren, those are really cool.
That I did some art on. So I kind of do tattoo style stuff. So I'm actually clear coating these today with a matte clear coat because I really like what the matte clear does to the color. It tones it down and makes it real soft.
Now, you're spraying that on, right?
So this stuff is hand brushed with paintbrushes.
Right. No, I know that.
But the clear.
But the clear is sprayed on. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you using for clear?
It's the Spray Max 2000. I do all aerosol stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Like a rattle can?
Yeah. It's 2 parts. So it's got the hardener in it, and you pop the bottom, and it puts the hardener into it, and it's amazing stuff. But their matte clear, what it does to this art is amazing. It just gives it a really nice butter soft look, Yeah,
that artwork looks awesome on those tanks.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. So that's kind of my new thing right now is taking these old tanks and putting art on them. And, these are old enough tanks where you would want to put them just in your office or on the mantle. But like the tank that you just showed, that could actually go on somebody's bike. It could be ran.
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, what are you going to do with those 2 tanks?
I'll put them up for sale. I'll probably have them in Sturgis.
Now, what would you ask for those?
I mean, it's no secret in the industry that my shit's expensive.
No,
It should be. It should
right.
be.
Dude, so yeah, get this. Yesterday, so okay, so the tank that you just put up, the peanut tank, 25 tickets, $100 a ticket. And some guy goes, a $2,500 tank, and this other guy goes, no, it's $2,500 art. And I go, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I'm
Not
like,
about the tank.
yeah, like I've had people say like that tank's not worth that much or that helmet is not worth that much. I go, yeah, it's not. The art is though, you know?
Right. The thing is you set the standard too, that when somebody, if you're selling that for $1,000, selling that tank for $1,000, it's harder for more artists to get more money. Cause it's like Darren sets, because you're so good, people want your artwork.
Well,
And
thank you.
it's like nobody's gonna buy something from me for 1,500 when they can buy yours for 1,000.
Well, okay, this thing clear coated, so it's just got the big piece on top.
Yeah.
This is a half tank. So in reality, the peanut tank that you just showed, I would literally try and sell that for 2,500 because the thing about that particular piece is it's multicolor. And if you know anything about doing multicolor in enamel that's painted or airbrush, that takes time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That takes time.
Yeah, I mean, we can see how much time is involved in that.
Yeah. So when you do stuff like this tank here, you have to do, so that's why I have several things laid out, and I'll go in and I'll do a white base coat on everything. Then I'll let it tack up. Then I'll do different tones. And so, you gotta, like, it takes time. And like, this is what I do. I tattoo and I do art, and it's just like, that's what pays my bills. That's what keeps my lights on. And it's just, a lot of people have, as you guys probably know, a lot of people have a misconception that this is just a hobby, and it's not. Like, and so
definitely not a hobby.
Yeah, like I would have, with this thing clear coated, I'd advertise 1,850, 1,900.
Sure, absolutely.
How many hours do you think you have in that?
I probably have 60 to 80.
That's a lot.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you get $1,800 for it, that's minimal.
Yeah, that's
peanuts. And so like I'm working on another piece. So I got a tank here hanging that I'm going to be working on. So this is a piece here that I go to the Habitat for Humanity and I buy old cupboard doors.
That's cool. That's a neat idea.
Yeah.
Good idea.
And so it's kind of hard to see, but I've got the design transferred on.
Yeah.
And so that's going to get clear coated as well.
That's a neat idea, Darren.
Yeah. And so I've got a bunch of stuff over here, cupboard doors, tanks, helmets, all my stained glass. So
how'd you get into the stained glass?
Missy actually started doing it a while back, and I'm like, that's really cool, and I've always admired it. And I'm like, no, there's people doing stained glass like the Harley Barn Shield or what, but I'm like, nobody's doing McKeag art in stained glass.
Yeah,
so I should do McKeag art in stained glass.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see. I'll move these pieces, but this is a piece I've got laid out for our house. It's a window.
Wow, that's cool. That's going to be neat.
Yeah, so that's kind of a better perspective of it.
Wow,
that's cool.
Yeah.
How long will it take you think to do that stained glass?
A really long time.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. Like, I mean, I don't know anything about.
So you have to literally you have to take pieces of glass, pick your colors, lay them out, and then you have to score them and break them. And sometimes you have to shape them. So like this is all a drawer full of scrap glass.
All that glass.
Yeah. And so, so it takes, and then you have to lead the pieces together, it's very, very time consuming.
Yeah, I would assume so. And then so delicate.
Yeah. This is kind of a workstation over here. I've got my travel brushes and stuff like that. And I've got my enamels and my acrylics.
Will you be painting at all at the, on Lozelle?
Yes. My main goal for that week is to just, if people want me to put their name on their helmets, do a script or something, some basic pinstriping, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Easy stuff for you.
Just simple stuff, because when you get, when it comes to Sturgis and you get into like large format pinstriping, the first thing they want to do is get on their bike and rip down Main Street or Lozelle and show people. And it's like, it's still wet. It's tacky. It's going to get road debris stuck to it.
Yeah. And God forbid they don't spill gas on it.
Dude, exactly. And it's just like, I just want to do simple stuff where I can do some script or a name or whatever on a helmet, let it sit there in the sun for an hour, and then they can go down the road with it,
Yeah.
That is the good stuff. I'll have to bring my helmet by.
You should, absolutely. Or absolutely.
Have something from you on my helmet.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. So we have somebody. I'm sorry, whoever this comment is, because all it says is Facebook user. But he says, "How does Darren do image transfer to paint?"
Okay, that's a good question. A really good question. So there's a couple of different ways you can do it. One way is you can literally freehand on a dark surface with a Stabilo pencil.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after the paint dries, it literally wipes off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The other way is I create, I'll show you here real quick. I create the drawing. This is the giant drawing for the big purple door I'm doing.
Hey, that's what's on the door, right?
Yep, that's on the door. So what I do is I lay the tracing paper on here with the drawing, and then, Dave, you're probably familiar with this Sorel paper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that multiple papers?
So Sorel paper is chalky on one side, and it comes in all sorts of colors depending on the surface you're painting on. And you basically lay that between your drawing and your surface, transfer it, like draw over your drawing, and it transfers it. So you can see the chalky.
Yeah.
So this is done in white. So, and then after you've painted, then it just wipes off.
So the person that asked that, it's actually Pedro the Engraver. He's on here all the time with us.
Yeah.
He says, I use fingernail polish remover for my art on metal.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I know a friend of mine, he's RWD on Instagram. He's an engraver.
Who is that guy?
He's
who is he?
Who is it?
Oh my God, I've seen some of his stuff. Fantastic.
Him and I were in a booth together in SEMA a couple years ago, and he had a bike in there that was just completely over the top with engraving and paint. It was beautiful. Yeah. He does amazing paint work, but he's really, really doing a lot of engraving right now.
Where's he from?
He draws it all on, I don't know where he's from. I really don't. But he draws everything with Sharpie. He draws all the filigree with Sharpie.
Oh, really? And then what?
Yeah. And probably I don't know how he gets off. It would depend on how the piece is going to be finished. If it's polished, you could probably buff it right off. If it's going to be brushed, like Scotch-Brite, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine, or just a fingernail polish remover for Sharpie.
Yeah. You could. The thing about, a chemical like that, if you're working on a painted surface with a clear coat, you got to be cautious, so that's why I use glass cleaner. But this Sorel paper comes right off with water, glass cleaner, Windex, anything.
Yeah. So he says he uses carbon. He said carbon paper.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. Sorel comes in a black carbon also.
Okay.
Yeah.
It comes in blue, white, red, black, chalky carbon color.
Yeah. I saw a piece just yesterday that guy RWD did.
Yeah.
It was all filigree on the side of a tank. And I mean, it was so detailed.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice, and I see his name come up on Instagram, and I was wondering who he is,
I was just going to say, do you follow him?
Yeah.
You should check out a really good friend of mine. He's in the mountains of Japan outside of Tokyo, about 4 hours. His name is Masa. He is Center Roots on Instagram. And not only is he an amazing human being, but he is a painter and engraver. He shapes metal. He casts aluminum. He's really, really good.
What's his name again?
Center Roots.
CENTER.
Okay.
ROOTS. His name's Masa.
Oh, it's literally Center Roots.
Yep.
Exactly the way it sounds. Yeah, they're massa.
Yeah.
So right, so
He's a really good friend of mine, and his art's amazing.
You follow. All right, DP, just
Yeah,
got another.
I just started following him.
This is the beauty of social media and what we're doing right here is
True.
You know, like just like Paul put up a post the other day saying one way that costs you $0 to support other artists and other people that make products, liking their stuff, talking about them, reposting, sharing, you know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, social media, especially Instagram, is a great platform for that. And you know, you give what you get, and it's all about cross promoting. And you guys have been good about sharing my stuff, so it makes perfect sense to like promote you guys as well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we love your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always glad to see your stuff.
It also like I like social media because it gives me ideas.
It does. It does give you ideas, and so when it comes to tattooing, a lot of people, you know, I don't take clients unless if they allow me to apply my style of art to their idea, and they'll come in and they'll grab their phone. I'm like, well, I like this. I go, don't show me that. I want you to tell me what's in your head, and then I make notes. I make a big outline, and then my brain starts going from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so, you know, every time I put up a morning drawing or something like that, you know, I know somebody somewhere in the world probably gets it tattooed on them, and that's fine, you know.
Yeah.
I'm working on a book right now that I've been working on forever, but it's probably going to be 750 pages, if not a 2-part book. But it's just all my art and my life story of art.
That's cool. You should get at least book 1 out.
I know, right? And so when it gets released, it's going to be the most epic tattoo custom culture reference book ever published.
Yeah. Now, do you know what you're going to do as far as publishing and all that stuff?
I do. Yes. I have a really good friend who's a publisher in Paris, and my job right now is literally getting everything digitized and laid out. And I really like my friend's vision on publishing and custom culture and just art. And so I want his input on it, but I want to control all the publishing so that I have not only all the rights, but I profit 100% from the sales of the book, you know.
Right. Do you know who JD Crow is, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, Crow's a really good friend of mine. And have you seen his books?
I've seen a lot of his books. I've talked to JD way back in the 90s when at conventions.
Yeah, he's been killing it with his books. He's got about 12 different books out now.
That's amazing.
And he's been just traveling around the country doing, you know, book tours. You know, literally walking into tattoo shops and saying, you know, I'm here to sell books. And let me tell you, Darren, some of the stories he's told me, you know, about guys saying, hey, there's some homeless guy out here trying to sell books out of a suitcase, you know, that kind of stuff. It's great.
It's so great. Like when I mean, I could tell you stories about my experiences just by the way I look.
Right.
Oh yeah, like, people judge.
Oh yeah, I've checked into hotels and moms like grab their kids, or like I'll be standing in the coffee line and some elderly women have their tables picked out and they look at me and they go grab their purses, and I'm just like,
and then they see Missy and they're like, what's wrong with her?
Yeah, look, when we travel a lot, if we're being super if we're traveling and don't have an itinerary, I will send Missy into an Airbnb or a hotel to see if they have a room, because if I go in, they're fucking booked. They're full.
It's full. Seats taken.
Yeah, everything's taken. We were at this really fancy hotel in the middle of some national forest in Indiana, and it was super fancy. All the bellmen had the same jackets on. And so I sent her in. Yep, they had a room. And when I walked in, I said, hey, you have a really nice steakhouse on the roof. And they go, yeah, we do. But like the restaurant in the basement might be better for you. And I was just like, okay, whatever. Because I don't care where I go. I only wear a black t-shirt. That's it.
Yeah.
So I was just going to say, back to JD Crow. So when he was here selling his books, I said, you know, Crow, you should do a coloring book.
Yep.
Because adults color now, and then even for kids, and like that would be cool to, you know, have tattoo art that a kid can color. So he did a whole series of coloring books.
Absolutely.
So now
So great.
yeah, so obviously he gave me, and he came back here and was like, thanks for the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. That's wonderful. You remember Cartoons Magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I read as a kid and learned how to draw cars and stuff.
Yeah.
They always had a t-shirt iron-on in there, so my book's going to have an iron-on in it.
Oh, no
that's
kidding.
cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's really neat. We have Scott McKay says that he wants your contact info so he can get your book.
Yeah, Scott's a good friend.
Yeah, and
He's an artist.
Pedro the engraver, he says he's self-taught himself how to engrave. I bought some DVDs and studied books. McKeag should do some DVDs. Yeah, have you ever thought about that? Like to teach people how to draw?
I haven't. You know, like I've got a YouTube channel, but I'm a one-man show.
Yeah.
And it's tough to get everything across every platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do. Like I get a lot of good feedback when I do drawings and stuff. And I have no secrets as far as my art, you know, like I travel around the world. I go to Coast Airbrush and teach for 4 days to teach them what I know, or I hate to use the word teach because I'm still learning as well.
Yeah, never ending.
Right. But I show them, like Dave from Coast Airbrush brings me in, and Scott McKay, he's there too. And, you know, we talk to students about what we do. And if the students are artists for a full-time, like that's what they do for revenue, I also talk to them about the powers of social media and other tools, you know, YouTube and all that, because it's a daily grind. You guys get it. You know, when I told corporate America to fuck off in like 90, at that moment, I assured myself I'd never be guaranteed a weekly paycheck, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Scott McKay. Scott, I know you're watching. We need to get a hold of you because Scott had mentioned he wanted to do a trophy for our show.
Yeah.
Scott's an amazing airbrush artist. He's a connoisseur of fine food, and he's a good human.
Yeah.
Fine food.
Yeah.
It's like all you guys, that older guys, it seems like you've switched over. Now you just look for good food, like Bobby Seeger.
Yeah.
His food.
We don't have enough time to talk about Bobby Seeger.
No, right, that's for sure. Hey, Flea just chirped in too. He said, "You're the most humble, badass guy ever."
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Like, it's important to keep, you know, I came from nothing, you know, like I lived in a garage for 3 years. I really did. I had no shower. I've been through a lot in my life, and I give what I get. And, you know, it's just important to like keep my feet grounded and be thankful every day that I have this. Some days it seems like a curse, all this art and responsibility, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Do you think that art is something that you either have or you don't have? Like you can teach art, but you got to have that artistic ability.
Well,
you're either artistic or you're not.
I feel like what I have, I was born with a gift to illustrate, a gift to draw. I have taught myself to tattoo. I taught myself how to paint with enamels, paint with acrylics. I was born with a gift to illustrate. That being said, I believe everybody has some sort of art in them, whether it's the ability to machine parts, the ability to create culinary arts,
right.
The ability to work with people and help people in any way, shape, or form. I believe everyone is born with something like that, but as we mature and go through life and get older, we hone those skills, so to speak.
So of all the things that you do, so tattoo, acrylics, now stained glass, what's your favorite art?
Ah, boy, that's a good one. I'm pretty passionate about tattooing. It's allowed me to go what I consider around the globe a couple of times. And it's just every time I get into the tattoo shop, I just get giddy, you know, like when I'm going to Montrose, even though I have appointments at Fancy Rooster. It's still like a street shop. The walls are covered in flash. My Missy and I share a gallery. Missy does cosmetic tattooing, eyebrows, eyeliner, stuff like that. But our studio is like a gallery. It's full of my art and good friends' art, like the deck you sent me, Dave, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think tattooing is probably, it's where I love to draw because I can draw with my coffee in my quiet. That's my Zen. It's my yoga.
Yeah, you can draw anywhere.
Anywhere. But I do believe tattooing is probably where, painting is also like, I love painting because I do it by myself. I create what's in my head and then it always sells,
Yeah, absolutely.
I really don't do commission stuff anymore because it can be overwhelming. People can, they put down their deposit. They can be, they don't have the understanding of the time frame. And so I just try not to do commissions too much anymore.
Yeah. With tattoos that's a permanent thing. No offense, but like canvas, even like the stuff you did on the tanks, like that can get lost. Something can happen to it. I feel like a tattoo is permanent.
You guys absolutely know 100% about tattooing. It's like as a tattoo artist, we're almost like therapists. A lot of people open up when they sit down for 10 hours a day, and
that's a long tattoo.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. It's hard on me as
a spot.
It's a long day. But 99% of my clients fly in from out of state or out of the country, and so they're here to get a sleeve in a 2 to 3 day window. And so I've developed a routine or a method that's the least amount of trauma to their their body parts. It's still tough. It's a long day, but we get it done. But that's a long time to spend with two people just up close and personal. So people, I could write a book on just the stories I've been told.
I'm sure.
Crazy.
Sure you could. Well, my old friend Don Nolan.
Yep.
Don and I were best friends for many, many years, and when I would go there, he's basically the only one that's tattooed me for the last 30 years, other than now his predecessor, Gabe.
Yeah, his
but
apprentice.
I mean, the stories that Don had, from all the years of tattooing and
all over the world.
Yeah, sailing all over the world in a sailboat, and
it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's truly a Bedouin art, a gypsy art. It's just, you can go anywhere in the world and do it. And that's Dave. That I remember as a kid looking through Easy Riders and seeing your flame jobs and stuff. And I never met Elvis. I never met David Mann. I never met Evel Knievel. And so I'm friends with George Sedlock, who was Evil's painter. I'm friends with you, who knew David Mann. This is the age I was born in. So I'm thankful that I get to talk to you and hear your stories about your past. And then I get to talk to Jody about her time with you. That to me is priceless.
Yeah.
It really is.
There's been times when I've been with people that I knew, but not good friends, and I'd tell them stories, and I'd be thinking, I wonder if they believe me. It
doesn't matter.
It's so wild,
You know what? When you can get 20 people together that you've told that story to, and everybody says the story was the same, then they know the truth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
There is some, it too is like maybe my generation and younger, they might be hard pressed to believe it, because in the 70s, it was so dramatically different. It's like you couldn't slightly get away with the stuff you got away with back then.
Yeah.
Like, a 25-year-old's like, that didn't really happen. Even like the bike rallies, how they were in the 70s.
I give anything to sleep in the city park at Sturgis, but you can't do that.
Yeah. Well,
I've slept other places, like in the ditches, and I've slept in burnout pits face down, but
Yeah, I mean, the first few years I went to Sturgis, I mean, I probably told you the first time I went to Sturgis, I got a call from Alan Ness, and this was in 1977. And Alan said, hey, I heard about this big rally in South Dakota. called Sturgis. You want to go? And I said, I don't know. It's kind of far for me. And he says, well, look, if you want to fly out there, he says, I'll bring you a bike. And so I flew out and met Alan and the whole crew. And he brought me a bike, a little Sportster Digger. That's what we were riding at the time. And we camped out in the city park in Sturgis. And man, it was crazy. Crazy times.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what the stories, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost like back then too, that people were real bikers. You know,
Yeah,
like
oh, yeah.
like we have customers and friends and everything that have diggers or choppers or, you know, rigid motorcycles, but they're not riding them to Sturgis. They're on their, you know, brand new road glide being comfy. It's people don't do that anymore. It's almost like,
yeah, I've ridden my chopper to Sturgis so many times, but as my career blossomed and my art career at Sturgis opened up, I obviously have to haul everything, you know.
yeah.
And you know, I see people and they're like, "Oh, you didn't ride that to Sturgis." I'm like, you know what? I don't owe you any explanation. You don't know me. I don't know you.
Yeah, you paid.
It's not almost 900 miles one way from where I'm at to Sturgis, and I've ridden this bike that route 100 times. And you know, almost what I'm trying to say is, if you're heavily involved in the motorbike industry, unless you pay somebody to drive your shit to Sturgis and then you can ride, you're going to haul your shit.
True.
Right.
True.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing is the time factor too, you know. I mean, it's
yeah, you can make time after the sun goes down, everything.
Yeah. But all right, Darren. So we don't want to take up too much of your time, so you can get back to your art. So people can find you in Sturgis. Let me just put up that banner again. At 736 Lozelle Street. If they want to come and get some quick art from you, or buy one of you, I'm assuming you're gonna have some of your drawings and stuff.
Yeah, I'll have some prints there.
Okay. Yeah. So and also at the Flying Pistons breakfast on Sunday morning.
Yep.
The Buffalo Chip.
Yep. At the Big Engine Bar.
The Big Engine Bar. Monday at the Chopper Show at Full Throttle.
Full Throttle. And then Wednesday at the Perowitz Paint Show.
Yeah.
That's right. So all you guys that are going to Sturgis, make sure you at least come out to the Perowitz Paint Show on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great day that day. I mean, every day is going to be great, but yeah.
And, you know, I've got that skateboard deck that you did for me. That's hanging right up in my living room.
That's so great. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
I love it. You know, I really, I'm fortunate to have artwork from a lot of different people.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know, at my house.
Yeah. I had a client in the tattoo chair the other day, and he's like, dude, you have a Perowitz deck? And I go, like, that's the only deck in the world that looks like that, from Dave. And oh yeah, like Dave and I have each other's numbers, and he's got one of my decks. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I actually got his real phone number.
Yeah. I'm really honored that you guys wanted me on the show. I hope it does as much for you as it does for me. And I'm thankful you guys are in my life.
Ditto.
Hey, thank you very much, Darren. You're a true gentleman.
Thank you.
Great artist.
Thank you so much, Dave.
And we'll look forward to seeing you in Sturgis. Maybe I'll see you at the breakfast on Sunday.
Okay.
If not, we will definitely see you on Wednesday.
Okay. And to confirm, my trophy is best use of color.
Yeah.
Best use of color.
Yep. Sturgis 2022.
Yeah. Okay. So all our watchers and listeners, if you guys have a custom paint job, here's your chance to own some of Darren's artwork.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you have a colorful paint job, bring it down.
Yeah, or even just a cool color.
Right. Exactly.
All right, Darren. Well, thank you very much for coming on today.
Thank you, guys. Love you guys, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Darren.
All right, guys. So that was our show today with Darren. You guys definitely follow his artwork. He is an awesome artist. As many of you guys chimed in that know his artwork. I wanted to plug this real quick. The Meet the Masters ride, which will be Monday at O'Reilly's. Does it say a time on there?
It's 9:30 to 11:30 is the breakfast. And then at 11:30, we leave O'Reilly's in Sturgis.
No, 11. It says
Okay, 11
kickstands
o'clock.
up at 11.
Okay, at 11 o'clock, we leave O'Reilly's in Sturgis, and we ride up through the canyon to Deadwood. And then we have a little luncheon and an auction, a charity auction. And what's the name of the casino? It's one of the big casinos.
It's right when you get into Deadwood, but
Yeah.
does it say it on there?
No, I don't think it does. But anyway,
sorry, we're a little slacking on this
one. O'Reilly's Auto Parts on.
It's Monday. It's Monday of Sturgis. And meet at O'Reilly's anytime before 11. We're kickstands up at 11. It's a fun ride. We don't go far, so
and we have a gourmet breakfast.
Yeah.
And
gourmet.
And to do the ride, I think it's $25.
Yeah, I just said it on here. I think it's
a full breakfast and a T-shirt.
Yeah, so they do T-shirts, and as you can see down the bottom, so it'll be Sugar Bear will be there, as well as Rick Fairless, and then
and Daniel James,
and obviously DP and Donnie.
Yeah.
So, and you guys coming to Sturgis, and then our paint show is on Wednesday at the Iron Horse Saloon right at the end of Lozelle Street. So come on down to our paint show, regardless if you have a custom paint job or not. You're gonna want to come down, and don't forget this Wednesday, Perowitz Bike Night here in Halifax. That's this Wednesday, July 20th. We have food trucks, a band, tons of fun. Don't miss it. Tell all your friends. Get them together, because after this, we only have one more. We only do 3 of these a year, June, July, and August. So don't miss it. This coming Wednesday, Perowitz Bike Night. And
our paint show this year in Sturgis is brought to you by White Claw, is our main sponsor. And then we have Hard Drives, which is Western Power Sports. They make some great products. And Hard Drives donates a lot of the prizes to us. Bike straps, battery charges, different things that everybody can use.
Yeah, useful swag, not the knick-knack junk.
Drives. And then Vintage Pro Paint, CSI polishes, SATA spray equipment,
Cadillac Jacks. Thanks, Matt.
Yep.
Cadillac Jacks, Matt, I saw you comment earlier, and I was actually gonna shout out, but then I got lost.
So, anyways, those are some of the sponsors for our paint show, and we'll have banners with all their names at the show. So come and see us, and we'll see you in Sturgis.
Yeah.
Or we'll see you Wednesday night at our bike night.
That's right, this Wednesday. So come on down to Halifax, whether you're local or not. Come on down. You don't want to miss it. So Perowitz Bike
Tommy
Night.
Lynch.
Yeah, I know. I just saw there's a bunch that popped up. Crazy Chuck.
Oh, Crazy Chuck.
Crazy Chuck. We'll see you in October.
Good. You'll be there.
Yeah, and actually, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Competition Distributing. Here we go. So they just sent me a big package and said, let me show you my note. Welcome to Comp D Racing. So if any of you guys saw our post, I am going to be racing a 1929 Indian motorcycle. 45 in Sons of Speed. So that's not till October, but if any of you guys are going to Biketoberfest or follow Sons of Speed, that's going to be my new ride. I'm now on Competition Distributing.
Yeah.
So I'm ecstatic to be on their team now. And
Antique Outlaws.
That's right. We are the Antique Outlaws. So huge shout out to Competition. Thanks, guys. All right. I think that's it. You got anything else?
Scott McKeag. We got to touch base for a trophy.
Text DP.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you guys next week for another show. And hopefully we'll see all you guys Wednesday night. All right. See ya.
Okay. Sean Jackson.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah. The comments keep coming in.
Right.
I think it takes a couple seconds for them to come on. Nancy, I know you always watch us. Thanks for always tuning in.
Yeah.
And all right, that's it. I'm gonna end it before I see more comments. We'll catch you guys next week.